Hello, I am live. Um, Sorry I'm a little late. I had some call from somebody doing a college paper um and wanted to talk to me about my activism. So there you have it. I see one person waiting for more people to come on. Um See if I can share this. Mm-mm-mm. Why won't you let me share this over there? Mm-mm. Hey, Heather and Elizabeth. Oh, you got a notification this time. I was just now trying to see if I could share this now in Gossip, and it won't let me. Nothing comes up. It'll only let me share it in the group that's off of Justice with Jax. It won't let me share it in another one. And oh my, my screen is so dark since I tried to turn that one down so I'm not all whited out. Why don't let me share? Well, all right. Now just X that off. So what I'm live on this, or maybe I'll just share the group or the page over there into Gossip. Sorry, as I'm doing this right now, multitasking. Gossip. Live now on G. Okay. Sorry, let me turn this down. Hello, Harriet. Oh, thanks, Heather. Oops, I would need to approve it. Now my speaker thing just fell as I was trying to adjust the sound so you wouldn't hear it when I get notifications. Okay. So I am here today because I wanted to share with you all. Now there's Jeff just started the YouTube. Let me find it. Justice with Jax YouTube. Let me get to it this way. So Jeff started this. He put it together last night, and he's still working on it. Because we get so many people, I do all these videos, and then there'll be people that can't find them, because I know with my stuff too. Oops, get off of their notification. You're right where I need to be. If I go on, like on my phone, maybe it's just an Apple product thing, and let's not start the fight of Apple versus Android. But if I go on through the browser, I cannot see videos, but if I go through the Facebook app, I can. So I know it's hard to find. And so then, so Jeff talked about YouTube. Jeff's on YouTube all the time. I'm not. I don't know anything about it. I don't sit here and watch YouTube videos all day or, all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, I don't know. But Jeff thought this would be an easier way of now people will be able to find the videos that they'll be here on YouTube. And also then now you can also branch out to people who are not on Facebook. So that starting that, we got a whole, as I'm looking, 38 subscribers right now. I don't get the whole subscriber thing. Is that just so people get notified of when you post a video or something? I don't know. So anyway, so tomorrow night I'll be doing a live on that YouTube. I'll be doing it at 7 p.m. Central Time because I'm going to be doing it when Jeff is home from work, and he can help me do it since I have no idea how to do that kind of thing. And then he's also now bought all this equipment of this fancy video camera and all this stuff. And I don't know, he might do something with this camera. I don't know. So tomorrow night, the live will originate from the YouTube page. And I've been titling everything, so it's just that Justice with Jax. So now I'll be covering Steven Avery stuff, but I can cover any case and nobody can bitch at me. So that's why it's not called like Steven Avery Project. And then you get people, what does this have to do with Steven? So Justice with Jax is just, generic catch-all thing. So I can discuss any case I want there. That's why I also like this is live on the Justice with Jax public page, as opposed to where I've been doing most of my lives is in the closed group MAM Gossip. And in Gossip, I, talk more shit about things. Oops. And I've been told too that apparently when you do stuff on YouTube, you shouldn't swear, that YouTube is doesn't like that kind of thing. So I guess I need to put on my good mouth, not my potty mouth. So, and then when we go to Manitowoc, stuff will be put on YouTube. And then of course I'll be sharing it in Gossip and such too. So don't think that Gossip is nothing anymore and that I'm abandoning that. Because same with Steven Avery Project. Steven Avery Project is where we only cover the case, so I'll still do lives on Steven Avery Project too, like when a filing happens or court happens or something major, for the 200,000+ people who follow the Steven Avery Project Facebook page. But like I said, Justice with Jax is just more open, that I can just, so I'm free to discuss Melissa and Marnie and Kent and any case I want. I can also go into my activism, which I may lose some of you when I go into my activism, but I would be doing lives from protests that I organize and things like that. So, but I guess you can just pick and choose. If you don't like something I do in my activist life, then don't watch that video. Here, let me scroll through. Hello, Debbie and Teresa and Julie and Maz and Rachel and Teresa. Oh, Teresa just watched Dream Killer. I haven't watched it in a long time. Maybe we should do a live watch with Dream Killer. Or we can actually do, I tried to do the Melissa Kaluzinski one last night, and I wasn't able to find something that would sync everything up. But now I'll get that worked out with Jeff and get better on that. And so we can do more watch parties of, so we can do Dreamcatcher and we can do, we can do any of them. Oh my God. And I know, Dear Zachary, I shared that today, that Dear Zachary is having its 10th anniversary. And so it's being re-released on December 17th. We could do a watch party with that, but it is so intense, and I don't think there's anything that's ever made me cry harder than that. So, I mean, I'm gonna bawl. And for Dear Zachary, they will be doing screenings around the country where the filmmaker will be available afterwards to talk to. And I think they were mostly in Texas right now that they had the schedule for. I did actually message them today and said, because I live in a Chicago suburb, so I said I would love to help organize the screening here in Chicago. And so they got back to me and said they're already working on one for Chicago. So I will definitely go to that. Oh, it hurts my heart. But also but the parents in Dear Zachary are also like the best people in the world. And so if you've watched Dreamcatcher and you see how Ryan Ferguson's dad, Bill, is, I mean, he's just a hero. He's a great, great man. So are the parents in Dear Zachary. And it is so well done. It really is a good documentary. It is just heart-wrenching. Oh, I literally, like, no, I'm not having a heart attack, but I have a tightening in my chest right now in just thinking about that. But Teresa, Dream Killer, you can see Kathleen in action. And so if you don't know the Ryan Ferguson case, I do recommend watching it. Or like I said, maybe we'll do a let's watch Dream Killer together thing now that it's on Netflix. Maybe I can schedule that for like Friday night, you know, where we put on our jammies and watch together. Tiffany says, finally caught alive again. Missed the last few. Work sucks. I don't have that problem right now. I'm actually looking for a job, maybe, kind of, sort of. And I'm never sure what time to do live since, you know, it's wild to me that there's people all over the world that are going to watch me talk, and that I try and come up with a time that suits everybody, you know, so it's hard. And that's why too, there's times that I'll vary it, you know, start them way earlier, start them way later, and the people in the other time zones will just have to catch it on Memorex, not live. Hello, Maureen. Maz says, will there be a link on Facebook to find you on YouTube? I'm not very good with YouTube. Yeah, I posted it today, Maz. And, you know, so when there is a new video that will be from YouTube, that originates from the YouTube channel, it'll then get shared in the other pages. So you'll be able to find it, you know, but I'm on the same page as you, Mads. It all confuses me. I don't know. So, yeah, Mads, we could, I know I say Dreamcatcher. Did I say Dreamcatcher? Because I probably did. I always did. Yeah, it's Dream Killer. And yeah, just went up, Michelle, on Netflix, I guess. Ryan Ferguson had a post about it, and so did, I think, Kathleen had a post about it, that it's now on Netflix. So what we do when we watch it together, like we did with Making Murderers Part 1 and 2, is we set a time that we're all going to gather together, and then we give it like 5 minutes. And so it's like, so my TV is right over here. And so everybody will hit play at the same time. So you're all watching it at the same time. We won't have it. I did originally when we were doing Making a Murderer, my camera pointed to the screen so you could see. Oh, I thought my TV was paused. It's muted. Okay. So you could see what we were watching at that time too. And then somebody reported me and Netflix flagged me and would stop the video. So I can't point my camera at it for you to see it at the same time. But since it's on Netflix, we can all just, you know, synchronize your Netflix and we all hit play at the same time. So maybe we'll schedule to do that on Friday night. Maybe we can start doing, you know, Friday night drive-in. And every Friday night we watch something together. Elizabeth hasn't heard of Dream Killer or Dear Zachary. I'll have to search them out. And Dear Zachary is also a book. Is it called Dear Zachary, the book? I can't remember. And I downloaded it and I started reading it, but I've never, oh gosh. Yeah. So Dream Killer is on Netflix. The Melissa Kaluzinski thing is not. Dear Zachary, they said it will be on streaming. So Dear Zachary on December 17th should be on YouTube as well. What day of the week is the 17th? It's a Tuesday. So, so maybe that Friday, the 20th, if we start doing a Friday night drive-in, Friday night sit-in, I don't know, since we're not driving anywhere. Because unless I don't typically make plans on Friday nights. My partner, Jeff, he works Friday nights, so I'm home by myself. So that's why it's like, oh, I can do a Friday night thing if that's what we want to do on the regular. And Natasha says, finally joining YouTube. Yay. Well, we'll see how it goes. Hi, Angela. Tiffany knows that Dear Zachary was on Prime. Oh, and on the YouTube, so Jeff has been taking videos from MAM Gossip and Stephen Avery Project and uploading them onto the YouTube channel. So you'll be able to find stuff there. And I guess it's a good thing that I've always, with all the lives that I've done, anything I answer, I like say your name and read the question. So I guess it won't be as stupid over on YouTube for people who aren't on Facebook, that they then won't know what we're talking about or what I'm talking about, since they won't see all your comments. Maz says, is it just one episode or several like MAM? And Tiffany's already answered you, just one. But it is, oh my God. Angela said, yes, that would be great to watch. Julie says, watching that once was enough. I can't handle the sadness. There are other documentaries that I won't watch because of how they are. Have had enough sadness in my life, not going to add more. And I hear you, Julie, because I have started Dear Zachary a second time and I couldn't do it. But I guess it would be something that, we all could do together. But the part where I sob, I will just walk off camera. And the video will just have a warning. This is really hard to watch. It's really, really hard. And it makes you angry about our legal system and, makes you want to fix what is wrong. Maureen says, anyone seen all the shots of Kuss Road? Interesting, but can't make a lot out. I took some pictures from those shots, Maureen, of Kuss Road. And I think an important thing to see, and that's why I posted the one picture. And when I've done a live before going to Manitowoc, I really wanted to show you how close all these things are. How close the salvage yard is to Kuss Road, how close Stephen's trailer is to Kuss Road, how, it may take a while to drive there, that you have to take the road, but as a crow flies, that stuff is really close. And something happened at Kuss Road, at that cul-de-sac. And Jeff and I and a camera crew will be going up to Manitowoc. Will it be tomorrow? Will it be this weekend? Stay tuned. I can't tell you exactly when we're going because the Avery family hates me And the last time I was there, I had walked through the deer camp, and I took video at the deer camp, and I showed you then from standing on the berm at the deer camp and looking at Stevens trailer and where the RAV4 was found, all that stuff right there. There is no trespassing signs there. But anyway, the Avery family, who always has to watch me, you know, they hate me, but they always have to watch me. So hi, haters that are all watching me right now. They then contacted the Verdant family that owns the deer camp and had him file a trespassing charge against me. So, so when I go to Manitowoc, I'm not going to go anywhere that legally I can't be, but it doesn't mean that Earl Avery and Carla Chase still won't try to cause trouble for me. So that's why I'm not giving you the heads up of when I'm going. But I do want you guys to help me plan out, where all do you want me to go? Be my producer. You know, so come up with my itinerary. I will go everywhere I can go legally. So, you know, I've had a couple of threads that I've posted, you know, so there's one in Justice with Jax, there's one in MAM Gossip, where I'm asking people, where should I go? And we will be discussing that tomorrow on the YouTube channel. So when I go live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. my time, it is currently 4:39 p.m. my time. So that's what we'll discuss tomorrow on Justice with Jax. YouTube is, so obviously, I gave it away. I won't be going to Manitowoc tomorrow, since we're going to go live tomorrow night to discuss where I should go. So it would be great if somebody would actually write up an itinerary of, here are the places that you all want me to hit. You know, the addresses, everything. Where do you want me to go? Do you want me to go? I go places on the fly, you know. So the last time I went to Manitowoc, I was only going to do the stuff that Kathleen had just put in her recreation video. But then people are like, go to Carmen Bootwell's. So we went to Carmen Bootwell's. So where do you want me to go? Do you want me to go to the Hallback home? Do you want me to go to the aluminum foundry where Scott Todek works? I mean, I'll show it all to you. But we'll discuss it tomorrow. And then from there, hopefully I'll get somebody who wants to write all this up and, you know, give me my marching orders of where to go. And you might get a little reward for doing that. So, but we'll talk tomorrow. Rachel says, Friday is my date night with Dateline. Well, I record them, Rachel, so then I watch them later and can fast forward through the commercials. So I do that with Dateline in 2020 and such. Teresa says, watch party would be cool. Natasha says, that's the saddest thing I've ever seen. It is. Wow. Elizabeth says, Cuss Road, a lot of people in vehicles in an area considered insignificant. Well, Elizabeth, just like the bones. These aren't the bones you're looking for. We're not going to talk about these bones that were found in the gravel pit. We don't know if they're human. Don't look here. Oh, this computer we're going to say it's Brendan's computer since he's a co-defendant. Oh, there's nothing on this computer. It's Brendan's computer. Brendan, you know, everybody knows Brendan just plays video games. There's nothing to see here. When really, oh, look, it's Bobby's computer, who he's searching all this nasty stuff. And, oh, we're going to give these bones to the Hallback family. Here's the rest of your loved one. Wait, I thought this was insignificant. So, yeah, when you're seeing all that was happening at Cuss Road, there's no reason for them all to be there like that if it was nothing. Heather says, Dear Zachary was so sad. This video right now is like a high and a low. It's like, all right, I'm talking about cuss word. Oh, dear Zachary. Oh, and then Bubba. Oh my God, dear Zachary. This is, oh my God, can my heart take this constant? Or is this good? Will I burn fat this way? Is this like that interval training? Getting the heart rate going up and now back down. Teresa says Amazon is where Dream Killer is. But Teresa, they announced it's now on Netflix. That was the big announcement or a post. So it should be on Netflix now. But you know, I guess we'll discuss what should we watch if I'm going to do it this Friday. I don't know if I have any. Oh wait, I have plans this Friday. I'm actually going to something this Friday. So I can't do it this Friday. Unless I do it earlier and we don't do it at night. Let me go into my events here. What is the time of the thing that I'm going to on Friday? That's at 7. It goes from 7 to 10. Okay, yeah. So I won't be able to do it this Friday. Maybe next Friday. Oh, Julie says, I searched YouTube for Justice with Jackson. It didn't come up. But if I'm on your page, I can sync it. Yeah, I have no idea. Because yeah, when I've just Googled Justice with Jax YouTube, and the page doesn't come up, but one of the videos that Jeff uploaded, one that I did with Paul Kaluzinski, comes up. So then I click on that, and then from there I'm able to click on Justice with Jax. But I also now have it saved. Actually, I don't have it saved on this computer, so I just did. So now I'll be able to find it, that I've bookmarked it. Elizabeth says, details better reading. I'll look for the book too. Yeah, I know I was able to purchase it for my Apple Books or whatever it's called. And hello, Carrie, finally caught alive, she says. Julie says, I wouldn't let anyone know when you are going. Just do it. Maz says, so 1 a.m. Friday morning for all of us in UK. Unless I do it earlier. You know, if I did it during the day, you know, so like this coming Friday, I'll be going out at 7. So if I did it, I mean, even at this time, I don't know if this time works for people where I do something at 4 p.m. Or I could even bump it back to 3. I don't know. Angela says, I am already very angry with our legal system, right? Oh my God, it's the worst. Kate says, can you go to Scott's mom's house? I'll go anywhere. You guys give me the address and I'll go. You know, so that's why I say I need somebody to, you know, come up with it all, you know, message me the itinerary. These are the places you're going to go, and I'll go. Maureen says, why do you think that big red Laura was there on the road? Looks like a loader, second Rav. What are you talking about, Maureen? Is that on a Cuss Road picture? You have to tell me because I'm not sure what that is. Julie says, maybe go to Bushman's wife's funeral home. Could go to the county office of property tax and request copies of Cuss Road property owners in 2005. Just throwing these out there, LOL. Well, something I can do too, Julie, is I can film all of Cuss Road and, you know, show you all the houses. You know, because I know people are very interested in who lives on Cuss Road. Kate says she watched Dream Killer on Netflix today. And Maz says it is on Netflix in the UK as well. Yay, Natasha found it and subscribed. Maz says, do it when it best suits you, hun. So Elizabeth says 4 p.m. Central equals 10 p.m. UK. So would 3 p.m. Central be a better time for everybody? I know it's not good for people here that then works till 5, but 3 p.m. definitely, if that makes it easier for you guys for a 9 p.m. start, and then our people who get off of work would just or I can alternate. Maz, what's a lorry? That's the thing that I'm not understanding. So that's something, that we don't use that word here. And I know I've heard it before, but I don't know what it is. Natasha says, I'd like to see where Teresa lived in relation to Ryan Hilgas and the salvage yard. Yeah, I've never gone to the Hallbacks. I went to the Zippers on one trip, but I have not been to Teresa's. So, yeah, that's probably a place I need to hit when we go tomorrow or yesterday or the day after. Tara, Dream Killer, which I'm always going to say Dream Catcher, that is the Ryan Ferguson story. And Ryan Ferguson was represented by Kathleen Zellner. Kathleen is who got him out. Kathleen wasn't his lawyer when he was sentenced, but she got him out. And it's a very interesting story, if you haven't heard it, on how Ryan is found guilty of a murder he didn't do. Angela says, I'm off 4 p.m. Eastern, so would work for me. Petra says, 3 p.m. better for me, as that's 10 p.m. in Eastern Europe. Elizabeth says, you'll never suit everyone, Jax. Do what suits you. We can catch up. Yeah, I appreciate that, Elizabeth. Yeah, I do just try to come up with something, what is the best compromise? Okay, so Maureen says a lorry is a big transporter. And Maz says a big truck, which can carry cars. So that was at Cuss Road, or was that at the salvage yard? Tara knows the Ferguson story. Julie says law enforcement did request a wrecker at Cuss Road on November 7th. Yeah, that makes no sense on why they would need to tow anything at Cuss Road. And Teresa's car was found on the 5th, right? At the salvage yard. She was reported missing right on the 3rd, and the car found on the 5th. Yeah, I don't know why they would need anything like that at Cuss Road. Let me see. Pull up on my other screen here. Pull up the going to where there's a thread in Gossip. Yeah, there's Tom Davies made the post today about Dream Killers now on Netflix. On whatchamacallit, the Dreamcatcher. Okay, here's what I want. The pictures. I'll post the link here. Oh, wait. We don't need this link. You need this link. Let me click on the actual pictures. Here's where all these pictures are that were posted on Reddit. Julie says, if you listen to law enforcement transition calls for 11/7/2005 Millbilly YouTube channel, you will hear all kinds of shady things. And Tara says, the 3rd she was reported missing, the 5th the RAV was found. So when you look at these pictures that I posted now of all these pictures that were taken at the salvage yard. So, you know, so they had the car crusher that was nearby where the RAV was found. Here's the picture of, you know, so the RAV is parked as it's double parked in there, with the stuff thrown over it that doesn't camouflage it at all, but makes it stick out so you see it better, which is just stupid. Which that's what, remember when people talk about there being scratches on Ryan Hilgas's hands? I always believed if he had scratches on his hands, it was from putting that stuff on the RAV. But then I think something else has come out saying that those aren't scratches on his hand, and it was writing. I don't know. What did the end result of that ever? Do you all know if they were scratches or pen? Because I personally believe that Ryan Hilgas, Scott Blodorn, and Michael Halbach helped police in planting that RAV4 at Salvage Yard. What all they did, I don't know. If they physically helped the car be transported, or they were just supplying the key, and then that's when also Ryan Hilgas got the day planner out of the car. I don't know. And Maureen says Fassbender has no gloves on. He's the one with the red jacket on. Douche. Yeah. You see that? Yeah, that's clear as day in this picture, when he's standing behind the RAV. Scrolling through the pictures. And then there's a lot of, so the aerial shots is the one then too, where you can just see how close Cuss Road is, you know, so that cul-de-sac is to the salvage yard. So close. And then you can also see in these that they've got the yellow crime scene tape where it has been said that Teresa was buried along that road to the deer camp at the end of Cuss Road there for a period of time. And in the last live I did when I went to Manitowoc, I walked down there and I filmed the spot where they said Teresa was temporarily buried. So what happened there? Let me scroll. Maureen says definitely scratches and bruising. Tara says exactly. Natasha says one of them absolutely deleted her voicemail for a reason, right? Because it was all full. And then it wasn't. So somebody deleted stuff. Yeah, I'm scrolling through. It's you know, a lot of aerial shots. You can also kind of see there's an aerial shot where now you're seeing okay, I don't know. Can you see that? No, you can't. It just whitens. Okay, you can kind of see it this way. I need to figure out how to do this screen so it doesn't white it out. All right, so this one that you can kind of see. So that's the entrance. That's the start of, and this is something I'll be working out with Jeff tomorrow when we go live on how I'll be able to show you all stuff better. Oh, now I really screwed this up. So I won't be taking that off anymore. We'll figure that out tomorrow. But in the beginning corner there, that's where you enter. And so that's Dolores's trailer is the first thing you see. And then there's the office. You take that. So right there at that corner, that's the bus stop. That's where their mailboxes are. And so then you can see how long this road is. There's no way, I know I harp on this, there's no way the bus driver could see Teresa Halbach at Barb's van. It's not possible. Scrolling. You know, more pictures of Kuss Road with the yellow tape. You know, what are you taping off there? What is there? You know, and none of that fits in with Sweaty Sweats narrative. You know, Stephen never left the salvage yard. So therefore, nothing would be going on here at Kuss Road. Scroll, lots of aerial shots. And so then there's the one picture that I took that picture and added stuff to it and posted that, where it's showing you where the hunting camp is and where Stephen's house is, where the highway is, the road that goes through the quarry into the salvage yard. And so I also marked on there, you know, here's also Kuss Road, and this corner back here is where the RAV was found. I know you're not seeing what I'm like looking at, but yeah, a lot of really good pictures to look at. And then something else, while I'm looking at this aerial photo that is showing both Stephen's place and Barb's place and where the car was, it would be not the easiest thing for Bobby to be looking out that window and seeing where the car is from where he was at. So, you know, these pictures help a lot. But the aerial photos I want is when they went over before the car was found and you damn well know it wasn't there. You know they're not showing you that. Ooh, that's another place, Maz, that I would like to go is because Maz says the dogs weren't allowed near them on Kuss Road. Yeah, where did the dogs go? I'd like to point that out. Tara says, did anyone think of taking a psychic out there? Tara, there's been lots of psychics who have said things about this case. And I think they all like kind of contradict each other. So yeah, I don't know. Julie says, needing an ambulance for a tree stump and peat moss. Okie dokie. Yeah, there's too much activity going on there. And where was the cell phone found? Was it a cell phone or something, you know, because I studied this case so intently right after Making a Murderer 1 came out. And so I've lost more than I still know. And so you all probably know this stuff better than I do. But wasn't it when they had a search party, there was a cell phone that was found somewhere else? Where was that found? Petra says, what was it like 7 hours they spent there inspecting nothing? Yeah, right? 7 hours for a tree stump and peat moss. Burn barrels. Yeah. I truly believe, you know, that the burn barrels were used to transport things from one place to another. Whether or not they're really Teresa or Teresa's things, I still don't think has been proven. Even the electronics. I don't think that's been proven that the electronics burned were Teresa's and not ones that somebody bought and burned. And I know you end up sounding like a wacky conspiracy theorist. I get it. But this is what happens when you lie and lie and lie. Everything is suspect. We can't believe a word you say. Maureen says, looks like someone lying on the road next to a car. And Tara says, Yonda burn barrel. Petra, no, they've never found any other keys of Teresa's. And that's another thing that I harp on, because if you go through, and you can go to StephenAveryCase.org, and that's where you can find all the documents and evidence and such. But you will see 2 different people testified saying Teresa was very paranoid about losing keys. Her friend that she went on a trip with, and then Thomas Pierce, or Pierce is how you pronounce it? Okay. Said that she was very afraid of losing her keys. So somebody who is afraid of losing their keys would not have multiple key rings. So now you have to keep track of your house key and your work key and your car key are all on different rings, or what? How does that work? I'm not understanding that. So there's no way the key she's using to drive with doesn't have a house key and an office key on it. Not possible. Julie says a mystery cell phone and paperwork was found by the bridge turnoff by Pam of God. Pam of God. How suspicious is she? You know, claiming that she used to be a private eye, but then wants to touch the car and doesn't know how to where a VIN is on a car. Wrong. Julie says there are so many theories, and the worst part, we will never really know what really happened. You're right, we won't. Not unless somebody comes forward and confesses, but then you don't even know, because look at coerced confessions. You know, 3 out of the 4 cases that I advocate for are false confessions. So, I mean, I just don't know. Rachel says, whoever did it good. I know it wasn't Stephen or Brendan, of course, but someone knew what they were doing. It really is. I mean, it's the thin blue line. All covering for each other. Jen says, crap, I'm 45 minutes late. What's going on, Jax? Right now, we're discussing the pictures that I posted the link a little bit up above of all the pictures that was posted in a Reddit post. You know, so all these pictures of the salvage yard and how suspicious Cuss Road stuff is. Maureen says, someone says Pam was in debt. Wouldn't doubt it, aren't we all? Maz says, in the main photo of Teresa that is used to show her car, her right hand, you can clearly see more than one key in her hand. Yeah, and you can Google that if people haven't seen it before. There's many pictures of that where you can see it. She's standing in front of the RAV. She's holding her camera with one hand, and you can see the keys jutting out of her hand in the other, and that there's multiple. And you can also see that the key, that the magic key that in so many searches isn't found, and then, oh, there it is. You can see that that's a valet key. That's not the main key, because the top of it is a different shape. And then you can also see on that key, there's like no wear and tear on it. Because when you compare it to a key that's used all the time, it looks completely different. And Teresa is somebody who drove a lot, driving around to go take pictures of cars. You're putting your key in the ignition and pulling it back out. And then, but none of her DNA is on there. Weird. Maz said sound gone. Is it still gone? Somebody let me know. Oh, there, I see Rachel say I have sound. Jen says, Jax, did you see When They See Us on Netflix yet? Yeah, it's based on true story about the Central Park Five boys. Very sad. that will get added to our watch list. I get so mad on the one boy, the boy that refused to take a deal. What was done to that boy? Oh, yeah. But he's doing great things now. What's his name? Is it Kalief Browder or something like that? Yeah. Oh, what that guy went through. Okay, so people say they can hear. I'm scrolling back through the pictures again. That's over on my other screen to see if there's things that I want to talk about in there. Okay, now I'm at pictures of Stephen's garage. Look at the shape of that garage. And so he killed somebody in this garage and cleaned up all the blood. Shot somebody in here and was able to clean it up so nothing was found until a magic bullet is found behind an air compressor. After how many searches? There's the air compressor right here. No. Rollie Johnson, who owned all this property and owned most of this stuff in there, testifies that he used the gun that Stephen was in violation of having on his property, that he would use his gun and shoot at the garage all the time. So there's going, Maureen says, yes, it's sad when they see us. Petra says, so are they saying that she lost her house keys? That's why they were never found? They're not saying anything at all, Petra. Don't look there. Don't think common sense, Petra. That's crazy talk. We don't worry that there's no keys on there. Look the other way. Kalief is a different story. Okay. Thank you, Jen and Gail. Yeah, sorry. I can't remember the names. Maz says gremlins are playing up her phone. Sorry. Is it past midnight? Julie says Kalief killed himself, didn't he? Not part of Central 5. I won't watch that story. Too damn sad. There you go. Maureen says there must have been hundreds of bullets in the garage. Gail says a must watch the Kalief Browder story. Tragic story. Petra says, also there are no dispatch calls from 4th of November. What's up with that? Petra, there you go again, thinking with your brain. The Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department doesn't want you doing that. Rachel says, breaking up, or is it just my phone? I'm hoping it's just your phone. I don't have anything on this end saying there's a problem. All right, here's the picture of the blood by the ignition in the RAV4. And I still just go, middle finger, turning the keys. How is that going to touch down there? Have you ever tried it with your own car? If it, even if you don't have your ignition on your steering column there, even just, put your hand on your steering column and see if your middle finger will hit the console like that, or the dash, or whatever you call it. And then the way that is, it just looks so like a Q-tip or cotton swab, since you're not supposed to say a brand name, did that. And if he's bleeding from his finger, he's actively bleeding, why wouldn't you see it like on the shifter? And wouldn't he have done something with the radio? If you're driving it, wouldn't you, maybe you don't want whatever music she had playing at the time, just don't get it. Pictures of Barb's garage, her house. There's now it's pictures of Stephen's garage. Look at how crappy that garage is. It's made out of particle board. And so if there is a 10-foot tall fire right next to it, and I'm on an angle too. Sorry, Jeff, I screwed up your camera by pulling the tape off and pulling it off. So now I'm at this weird angle. That'll all be fixed tomorrow. So if you have a fire that tall right next to it, that garage would catch. And then there was also the propane tank right by it, and Bear. And then on this picture of Stephen's garage, you see his beloved truck that his brother Earl trashed, and Stephen doesn't know it yet. His Stephen's porch. Now we're at pictures inside his house. Yeah, it looks spotless to me, doesn't it? It really looks like somebody's gonna make sure that he's, you know, there's not going to be any trace. There's not a hair. I don't know about Teresa Halbach. I can only speak for me personally. I shed like crazy. You know, I'm surprised I haven't been caught up in a crime. That because my DNA's got to be everywhere. My hair falls out. You know, I can just pull hair out, you know. But Teresa's hair's not in there anywhere. He did such a good job. Look at all that. Yeah, because you can see that floor is spotless, right? No dirt on that floor. Then the picture when you're looking down the narrow hallway, because remember, this is a trailer. And there are nice trailers, all right, double wides and such, you know, that are just like a house, you know. This is a trailer. And so this is this really narrow hallway. Nope. She didn't like try and grab onto there, so you don't have anything of her on the hallway. You know, if she's being brought into this room to be raped, you know, so nothing there. And then if you're going to go by Brendan too, there's nothing of Brendan here. So Brendan allegedly rapes her in there, and there's no Brendan DNA, no Brendan fingerprints. Carrie says, did KZ get phone records of all people that were investigating this case? Carrie, that's something that I've said. I'm like, why don't we have Colborn's cell phone records, since he called in the RAV from his personal cell? Why don't we have that? Where was he? Where does his cell phone ping off when he makes that call? So I'm going to guess she does not have it, because she, you know, that would be out. Oh, Julie says, FOIA being denied for the fourth too. I think, not 100% sure though. Huh, that's interesting. Maureen says, Ryan made loads of calls, then went quiet for some time, right? Yeah. And wasn't it proven that some of the calls was Ryan talking to law enforcement? It's really bothering me that I'm at this angle. Turn. I can't help it now. I've ruined everything by pulling that tape off. Gail says, what happened to Bear? I don't know. You know, when we listened to those phone calls, those 116 calls that just came out recently, we know that then Barb was, because I believe Bear was never allowed in the house, and I hate that. I don't like when people do that with animals. Stop. No, go lay down. Go. I don't like when people keep dogs chained up all the time. And so the last we hear of things is that Bear was chained up by Barb, but I don't know what happened to him from there. Jen sheds as well. So yes, I'm glad I'm not the other one. Rachel says, hubby is home now. Gotta go. Have a wake to attend. Have a good evening, everyone. Oh, sorry for your loss, Rachel. Hope you know, I'm glad you have your husband to go with you. Debbie sheds like crazy too. Julie says no hair or fingerprints of hers in the RAV either, right? So it's clear when it comes to her key. They cleaned it because they have to make sure the real person isn't on there. Clean it. Rub it on Steven's slippers. Drop. Done. There you go. There's the key. Carrie says, hope she can get those phone records. Yeah, I don't know. Petra says, apparently when Colburn called in the plates, it was at 21:20 on the 3rd, and he was on his way to Zipper's waiting for Remaker and someone else. Well, and that's something too, is when you listen to the original calls, Zipper was Teresa's last stop. And then they were also so afraid of George Zipper. Nobody wanted to go talk to him because he's a crazy drunk lunatic that said things like he wanted to press charges against Teresa for trespassing and said if she came on his property, did he say he would shoot her and feed her to his dogs? I know he said he'd feed her to his dogs, but I can't remember for sure if he said he'd shoot her first. So Zipper was the last appointment. But then when the narrative switched to, we want to say Stephen did this, then Stephen became the last visit. Maureen says, am going to get my magnifying glass tomorrow. I'm sure there's a RAV in the trees. I've got one right here. As I'm looking right now, the picture that's on here is the picture they took of the nightstand, or it was a record bookcase thing, right? So it's a picture of that before the key came out of it. And when you look at it, that back isn't coming off on there. And there are a set of, Stephen's keys on the front of it. Yeah, that bedroom is a mess. You see, and then here's the bathroom. So, I know they want to talk about how he vacuumed and shampooed his carpet, but also they didn't find anything in those. But when you still look at everything, it's dirty. Yeah, Maureen says Zipper's son committed suicide. Yeah, just a couple years ago he did. Not that long ago. Now we're on more pictures of the RAV4, the broken headlamp, her engine. I didn't see any sweat on it though. I've got a magnifying glass and everything. I'm not seeing the sweat on the battery. The back of her car. In that picture of the back of the car, you don't even see the blood on the side of it that they said her hair made. Now here's the pictures of her car when they've moved it and it's now sitting outside of a big what do you call that? It's like a trailer, yeah, so that's how they transport it in that box. And it's all filthy because I'm gonna guess is that fingerprint dust all over it. And aren't there fingerprints that were found on the RAV that aren't Stephen's or Brendan's, and so they've never determined who they were because they didn't care and didn't look into it? close-up pictures of a couple of tears in her seat. Now the RAV4 is in a garage where the guy using the computer doesn't have any gloves on. The guy inside her car doesn't have any gloves on. No gloves. If you don't wear gloves, you must acquit. Then here's the pictures of the stuff that they took from Stevens. So the key, the bookcase, I guess is what they call it, you know, where now you can see that, oh, the back is partially off. And then here's the gun rack that was hanging above Stevens' bed and the headboard and the footboard. Now here's her key on the lanyard. I don't care about any of these pictures now that are pictures of bones, you know, the skeleton thing that they have on here of the bones, because I don't think they've proven that those bones are Teresa's and what those bones are. So I really don't pay attention to the bones other than the ones that they gave to the Hallback family that they said weren't Teresa. Julie says, isn't it odd that all those pics were taken, yet not one single pic was taken of the bones in the fire pit? Right, and they blame Bear. Oh, we couldn't because Bear was there. Bear can't reach all the way around that. You could have been taking pictures of that and do your job. That's when you would have animal control would come and take Bear away so you can take the pictures. That's what you would do if you were real cops trying to truly find what happened. Emily says, did they ever take fingerprints from Bobby and Scott? Scott, no. Did they from Bobby? I don't know. But Scott's been arrested before, so they'd be on record when they'd be on file. Gail says yes. Maureen says it's a shitty put-up job. Oh, and there's Julie saying, I think Scott already has his prints on file. Maureen says funeral parlor comes in handy, right? Let me go back to scrolling these photos. These are the computer generated things that the state had made of the property. And now this is showing the footprint of Stevens' trailer. Oh, there's where the magic key was. Oh, and I love this one showing where bleach was. Yeah, that's suspicious. Somebody has bleach in their bathroom and it's, oh, look at what this thing does. Not only is Stevens' bathroom his bathroom, that you use bleach in your bathroom, right? That's also where his washer and dryer was. So you have bleach in there. Yeah, so big whoop. Petra says never took fingerprints of the ex or his alibi. They didn't even care about his alibi. Now this fell because I've totally screwed up the tape. Jeff's gonna be so mad at me. It'll be fixed tomorrow. Sorry, Jeff. More pictures. Okay, now I'm at the bottom of the pictures. So, so much suspicious stuff, right? Emily says, every time I think I know everything about this case, I find out something new, right? And even though we've done it before, we've done the watch parties of Making a Murderer 1 and 2, we'll do that again because we get new people and, you know, time for a refresher. So, all right, I have, oh, Julie says, but Wendy Baldwin said there were bottles of bleach and it was spotless and reeked of bleach. Oh, Wendy Baldwin. Oh, I have to try not to swear now. Snatch is not a swear. I can say she's an evil snatch, right? That's not a swear word. Right? Wendy Baldwin is just so evil. You know, she's the one too that you hear saying that they should take shoes in case there are other unsolved cases. She's the one laughing that he won't be able to go to the Innocence Project event. And isn't Wendy Baldwin also part of the flyover video that they don't really have any video of? That they were up there for hours and there's just a smidgen of that video that's available? And then she burned a cross in somebody's yard. She's lovely. Maureen says law enforcement just didn't recon on Netflix. Didn't expect Netflix getting involved. They thought they were home and dry, right? Yeah, they, you know, everybody was protecting their thin blue line. Done deal. I mean, look, even Stephen's family said he was guilty until Making a Murderer came out. Julie says her nickname is Crossburner now. Reckon. Okay, they didn't reckon on. There you go. So I'm down to the bottom of your comments, and I've been on for an hour. I was only going to pop on for an hour today to then say, all right, now tomorrow at 7 p.m. my time. So it's currently 5:30 p.m. So an hour and a half from now. Because then Jeff will be home from work and we will have had dinner. Jeff and I will go live on the new Justice with Jax YouTube channel that Jeff started. So we'll do a live from there where we'll talk more about Cuss Road, and then we'll talk about the trip that Jeff and I are going to take to Manitowoc and plan out where you all want me to go. Where do you want me to film? Amanda says the judicial system has become a joke and an embarrassment. It's been the whole time, and I don't know how you fix it, but it needs to be fixed. We need to do something. Andrea says, I came in on someone burning a cross in the yard. What did I miss? Who did that? That was Wendy Baldwin. Did that to another officer, right? So Wendy Baldwin and somebody else burned this cross on another officer's in another officer's yard. Julie says the cross had a law enforcement uniform on it with pics of certain cops on it. Yeah, let me see. Come on, stupid thing. Why won't you? Wendy Baldwin burning cross. Let me see. What is this?
One Wisconsin sheriff's deputy has resigned and another has been demoted after they appeared burning a dummy in a department uniform in this video posted on Facebook.
This was an unfortunate incident that has caused disgrace to our department, to the county, and to all of law enforcement.
On the video, one sheriff's deputy can be heard making racial remarks.
Now it can have the KKK aspect to it. We're just burning cross.
The video was taken at a backyard home of Deputy Jennifer Bass, who has resigned. It was later posted on Facebook, along with pictures of the fire and Deputy Wendy Schmitz. She has been demoted from an investigative sergeant to dispatcher. The uniform was decorated with tags bearing the names of other officers and the sheriff himself.
They indicated that it was out of frustration and as a stress reliever to place them on the uniform and then burn the uniform in effigy.
Neither woman has commented on the incident. Mike Gracia, The Associated Press.
So there you go. Julie says, I'm like a little kid. Mom, I need a drink. Mom, I gotta pee. Mom, read me another story. Can't pull myself away. Well, it's like, yeah, it's like I go, all right, been on an hour, time to go. And then somebody else comments. So then I, gonna answer that. Jen says, wait, what is that? I was in the bathroom. But yeah, so there's a video of so that's a news report of, so the Wendy Schmitz is Wendy Baldwin. So, isn't she lovely? So, all right, I'm leaving you with that. Really gonna go this time. Gonna get myself ready for the presidential debate tonight. Then tomorrow, Jeff and I will be live on, I will post the link to it again here at the bottom. So if you can't scroll up, that you have it. I'll also be making the posts on all my Facebook pages. So we'll try this out on YouTube tomorrow. And then once it's done on YouTube, the links will be shared here on Justice with Jax and MAM Gossip. We got 4 more comments. Andrea says, what? That's wild. Burning crosses is a form of stress relief now? Wow. Yep, stress relief, Debbie. So that's Wendy Baldwin. Wendy Schmitz. Whatever. So, all right. Then I'm going to go. Tomorrow, YouTube, 7 p.m. Central Time. We'll go over where I should go when I go to Manitowoc. And we'll discuss anything else you all want tomorrow. And I'll be looking for somebody to really make me an itinerary for my Manitowoc trip of going here in this address and going here in that address. And then we'll take that field trip. Everybody's saying good night. So long, farewell, Elvidison. Good night. Adieu.